The NABJ Visual Task Force asks you to join us in a moment of silence for two members, Brian Moreau and Marshall Lattimore.
Yes, Marshall and Brian are with us in spirit. I want to welcome all of you loyal supporters of the Visual Task Force photo auction. This auction supports the NABJ Scholarship Fund as we prepare future journalists so folks like me can rest easy and get out of the way. I'm Fred Sweets. I've been doing this auction one way or another for 30 years. We're doing it differently this year. I'm trusting your eye and hoping to bust your budget. Let's look at the top images and some you're missing while Jared Henderson, our main man, tells you just how we're going to bid this year.
What's going on, everybody? Fred, what's up, good sir? How you feeling?
You are my brother. You are.
My man.
We're doing it a little bit differently, but we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to get as much money as we can so that NABJ babies like you and like Monica can continue to cover everything from catastrophic issues like Haiti to homelessness in our cities. We're going to, it's tough stuff in tough times. Folks have to dig deep to come up with some dough to support our cause. But we're going to make it happen, and I'm confident we will.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Welcome, everybody, again. Thank you so much. I'm going to run a short video on how BidSmart as a platform works, and then we're going to jump right into it. Here we go.
How to bid with GiveSmart. In order to get started, you will need to register with GiveSmart. You'll be asked to provide your name, cell phone, and you may have the option to pre-swipe a credit card in order to expedite checkout. Once you have registered, you will receive a welcome text message which includes your personal bidding link. Be sure not to share this link with anyone else, as it is directly tied to your account. Once you've registered, you will receive a text message with a blue link. Select the blue link to be directed to the items page of the auction site. You can view items by category or search for items directly. Select any item of interest to view the item's full description, as well as the current bid and/or price. The system will auto-populate a bid amount based on the designated increment for all auction items. Select Bid to place bid at this amount or enter an alternate amount that is larger than the auto-populated bid amount, and then select Bid. If your bid is accepted, a box will appear congratulating you as the leading bidder. If your bid is not accepted, a box will appear stating the minimum amount required in order to place the leading bid. You also have the option to place an auto bid. An auto bid enables the system to automatically bid up to a designated amount for you. The system will bid incrementally up to this amount as long as someone bids against you. If no one bids against your auto bid, the current price will remain. To place an auto bid, select the Auto Bid tab and enter the max amount you wish to bid, and then select Bid. If you are outbid at any time during the auction, you will receive a text message notification. A banner will also appear across each item that you bid on to indicate whether you are winning or losing the item. If you wish to make a donation, simply select the Donate tab at the top of your screen. Enter the amount you wish to give and select Donate. Once the silent auction has ended, you will receive a text message with payment instructions shortly after. Click the personal bidding link in this message, which will direct you to your pay page. You can also click on the Pay tab that is located at the top of your screen to access this payment page. After reviewing your card, select Click here to pay. If you pre-swiped a credit card, you can pay with that card. Otherwise, you may enter a new credit card. A large paid stamp will appear on your receipt once the payment has gone through. Show this stamp in order to pick up your items. Once your payment has been processed, a receipt will automatically be sent to the email that you have on file. If you do not have one saved, you can add one by selecting Send Receipt Link to my email. If you would like to download your receipt, then simply select Download My Receipt. If any changes need to be made to your receipt, please notify a team member at checkout before processing your payment so that they can make the necessary corrections. Now, you are ready to bid.
I hope everybody got that. Especially you Luddites who might be on the call. Technology is wonderful, but we need the dough. Jared?
Yes, sir.
What can we do to raise more money than these steal of photographs that people are getting?
And you know what? We've only been doing this 2 years, but the pre-bidding has been so dope that like even before we got here, some prints that we did last year that capped out at a certain amount are now like kind of starting to creep into that super competitive range, and we only have an hour to do this. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen as these bids keep going up.
I love the picture, number 7, cousins, those little kids proving print is not dead. You know, when the grandmother or the mother or the big sister said, sit down and read it to me. Can't beat it with a drum. I love that image. And I hope folks will bid up on it. And we're going to look at some of the videos that our students have produced. I call you you're a little old to be a baby, but you are an NABJ baby. And so is Monica Herndon, who's on this call, an NABJB. The list is long, but our time is short. So I won't call the roll on the number of NABJ babies we have, but love that print. How about that other one of Sister King talking to her sister for the old hats? There's, look, a young Whitney Young and Alpha Phi Alpha brother Ed Brooke, first Black senator since Reconstruction in the upper right. And some liberal good folks across the way there, Chuck Percy, Javits. This is a great photograph for those who like history. I hope we'll bid up on that too. Mrs. Martin Luther King, it says. And if we go into the church, she'd be the first lady back when he was, you know, had his own church in Montgomery and in Birmingham. So we got Thurgood Marshall there, a little history. Got, yeah, where are we on that one? Yeah, 300, okay. Yeah, Thurgood, yet another good Alpha Phi Alpha brother. I don't want this to turn into an ad for Alpha Phi Alpha, but hey, it ain't bragging if it's true. So the man was an alpha. That's all there is to it. What else we got that we love? Go ahead, Jared, show some more. We like that really beautiful picture by Renita Roy, showing just the colors are amazing. Glow. Yeah, that's just a beautiful image. It is in India, I do believe. Renita Roy is a great freelancer, making a difference. So we're going to look at the student videos, or we're going to look at a few more of the winners. Not winners yet. Winners for someone. There'll be winners on somebody's wall. That's for sure.
Absolutely. But, let's get into the student videos because people need to know what they're bidding for, right? We do this work
where their money's going. They want to follow that dollar right into and show the difference their dollar makes. Go to it.
Hi there, this is Octavia Jones, visual journalist.
I'm Martha Asensio Ryan.
Hi, my name is Crystal Milner.
My name is Gabrielle Angadi Jones.
My name is Vanicia Carswell.
And my name is Polly Arungu.
I want to tell you about my time as a student for the NABJ student projects.
I can't remember who it was. Somebody put the bug in my ear and said, hey, Octavia, you should be a part of the student project.
Tiffany here. I participated in the NABJ Student Multimedia Projects in 2011 in Philadelphia and in 2012 in New Orleans.
I participated in the NABJ student projects in 2017.
I did the NABJ student projects in 2015.
I participated in the student projects for the Visual Task Force in 2014, 2015.
And I was a 2013 participant of the Visual Task Force student project.
While working on the student projects, I learned pretty much the foundations of my journalism.
I attended the convention and applied for the student project to gain the opportunity to explore and see firsthand how I could utilize my interest for photography.
I attended the student projects twice, 2 years in a row. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people who I'm still in contact with today.
It was cool experiencing the conference through the student project lens and getting that hands-on experience.
But I just came in with an open mind. I knew I wanted to learn so much from so many people. Just knowing the names and hearing about the names that you have heard about, you know, in school or, you know, doing freelance work. And between 2006 and 2009, about these legendary folks who were part of this great organization like NABJ.
And when I tell you, as a student, I learned so much. I was able to hone my photography and video skills.
I had attended the conference the year before I did the student project, but my experience with the student project definitely took the experience to another level. I often still reflect on the experience and am amazed at how much I was exposed to.
It was my first time being in a newsroom or a newsroom-like environment, and with the deadlines and the critiques and the pressure to produce work and do well.
You are running all over the place when you're participating in the student projects. You are meeting deadlines, meeting people. You are chasing down stories. You are writing captions.
To kind of, learn a lot of things which I didn't know at the student project, to go in there and just be in a newsroom for a week to cover the convention, to cover major events around the city, in Philadelphia at the time, to be trusted to go out into this, go on assignments, go into community, and just learning so much.
That all came together for me and helped me realize that this was something that I wanted to do and I could handle, and that brought me joy and brought a lot of challenge into my life creatively and otherwise.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Octavia, oh man, just so many good photographers have come through our program, and we need your money to keep it coming. We've got beautiful photographs that are available. Please bid up on them. I know there's some folks who, like Denzel, from Glory to Training Day to you name it, Devil in a Blue Dress. You can just go on and on about this cat. A doctor, a scientist, a lawyer, a criminal cop in the year of some criminal cops. But Denzel's the man, and a great actor he is. There's an image by Carl Joost. If we can look at those two beautiful girls, for those of you lucky enough to have been to Haiti, you know how much spirit and how resilient the people are. Thoughts or prayers with everyone in Haiti at this moment. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful image by Carl Joost, my good Haitian brother, who, are there no bids on this yet? Is that correct? Can that be true? It says no bids. Well, must be because we set some sort of minimum. But either way, we want the folks who have it to dig deep and just think about this photograph. Just look at the eyes of these beautiful young women in Haiti. What else we have, Jared, that we really need to? Some folks like that shot of Kamala by Andy Harnick, Pulitzer Prize winning photographer. That's quite nice. Yeah. I mean, it's just think one day this will prove handy in history. We hope in the very best way, but that's politics. She's in it and at Biden's right hand every day, the very best way. So for all the AKAs out there, here's your chance to have a really beautiful photograph of the Vice President of the United States. There's Oprah and Maya Angelou. Oh, that's sitting down there in the low. That's one of the misses. Folks better jump on that one, and they can always crop it if they just want the two of them well, and make it a smaller photograph and reframe it. But we're giving it to you in a really nice frame, just as you see it. So I'd suggest stealing this one. Look at those two folks. And what else we have? We've got some good ones. I love basketball. Sports editors around. Put this one on your wall. It's a beautiful shot by Craig Herndon. I see it's up to 400, but we can do better than that. So we got to keep going. We got to take care of bidding up so that our regulars who are going to get some of these photographs will get with us. Come on. Paul Robeson. Again, Billie Holiday. Come on. Come on. But there's the man. My hero. My hero. What a guy. Fluent in 4 languages, maybe 5. I want to be sure. Tremendous voice, tremendous athlete. Just, he's the man. Let's get a photograph. Let's get that photograph. 350, that's good. We got Paul. And again, we've got Mardi Gras Indians. Somebody from New Orleans is on the case. Good. We can get that one going. And for all you surfers, hey, Black Girls Surf. I saw that on the cover of a magazine. So this is an interesting fellow down at Manhattan Beach, ready to go. But the Mardi Gras Indians, all right, no bids on a happily married couple. Oh, Mango's piece, Purple Haze. I don't know whether it's a tribute to Jimi Hendrix or just a tribute to Mango's artwork, which is fabulous. We have bids on that yet? Oh, I know, we set a minimum. Yeah, Mango set a minimum on her hard work, and beautiful work it is. What else we got there, Jared, you like? Tell me. Oh, there's a really
No, I'm loving this.
Graffiti. I'm loving
this.
Graffiti. Yes. And we won't even censor that one. That one should go well. The sentiment of many of our viewers, maybe, but those who aren't journalists, that is, of course. And yeah, the spirit of Basquiat. Let's get that graffiti shot of the 2 ballerinas. So here we go. How are we doing? Is it looking good?
You got some fun comments that I'm gonna put on the screen for a couple folks. Shout out Wes Lowry, who's like, Fred, stop talking about the photos I've got top bids on.
Wes is my main man and a big supporter of the NABJ Scholarship Fund and the Visual Task Force. So I'm so glad he's on the case, and I'm so glad Gromer's on the scene. I hope many of our other regulars are willing to put them out of business and get the image they want. But I know Wes isn't going to let that happen, and I know Gromer's not going to let that happen. So we got 2 loyal supporters, not only of the Visual Task Force, but of the students who are coming along in the next generation. Can't say enough about Wes, can't say enough about Gromer, can't say enough about the dean of the Morgan State, who is not chimed in yet. Maybe she has, maybe she hasn't.
Congratulations.
But I'm looking forward to her joining us.
Congratulations, Jackie, if you're there in the audience.
That's right. Jackie wouldn't miss us for the world. And her predecessor needs to be up on the bid scene too. There's, I think that he needs to be bidding up too. We're not going to call any names yet, but we will if we have to, because we need some dough. And some of these, we need some dough, and some of these bids are low. So channeling a little Jesse Jackson, but not a lot. We want to come through, Frizzy by Nature. Look at these beautiful young girls and their future in hairstyling, cosmetology, as they used to call it. I guess they still do. They're colorists and they're stylists, and there's certainly folks who know more about that than I do, but having no hair. So that's a beautiful, beautiful picture, and I think that's a low bid on that beautiful image. Let's see. All right, Mrs. Martin Luther King is chatting it up with her sister, who looks just like her. You notice that? Forgive me for coming to you live from a hotel room high atop Manhattan here in New York, but it's the best I could do. So show your support for the mission of the VTF. That's the Visual Task Force. And we raise this money for the NABJ Scholarship Fund, as you regulars know. But if you're new to the deal and you signed in because we tried to shake our tin cup and get you to this morning, please, you're donating. And if you buy the raffle tickets, you can't go wrong buying the raffle tickets. You're likely to get a good book by Chester Higgins, Jr., formerly of the New York Times. He's I guess I could call him an Africanist. Most of his books show Africa, and here's one called The Sacred Nile. His latest book can be yours, signed copy, Chester Higgins Jr. Let's go for it. And if you didn't buy a raffle ticket and you're not bidding on a photograph, just push the button that says donate. We'll take your money and it's going to a good cause. Those of you who are smart enough to bid on something good for your wall in your office or home, you'll be happy and you can write it off come April, May, or 15th of next year, depending upon the pandemic. Let's everybody get vaccinated. That's my political point of view for today. If you don't believe in it, trust the science and look at all the news stories that run every day where folks say, I wish I had gotten vaccinated. But here we go. What else we got? Wedding day is sitting there low, no bids.
So Freddie, yeah, I added on the screen some of the ones that have no bids so far. I'm loving this one as well, me personally.
That's Jimi Hendrix. You know that? Actually, it's the person on the left who is named Jimi Hendrix. That's one by Chester Higgins, I do believe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a nice image of Black family. You know, it's just kind of a cool picture. Yeah. So everybody dig deep, come up with some dough, bid on something you'd like to see on your wall, in your office, at your home, or as a gift. In fact, there's one with no bids that you can give as a gift. Just joy. Look at the image. Well, look at the image. And if you know someone who perhaps enjoys a pretty smile, but doesn't want you to know who they are, there's the photograph for you. Right there, right there. It's art and it's just joy, but it has no bids. And please offer up something for it. Please, please, please. And those of you who like a little color in your hair, there's Golden has no bids, I see. And let's look at some of the others that have no bids that ought to. That's just a proud, strong photograph for your favorite beautician. Please pick it up and put it on their wall. We've got no bids on it though. So we're working toward that end. So what else we got with no bids? We've got the humans, macaco. Yeah. Well, it's art. They're there. And what else has no bids? Good, it's off the hook. I think somebody just bid on it. What else we got there, Jared? No bids, no bids. Let's look at the no bids.
These are all no bids still.
Oh, these are all the no bids.
Yeah, forgive me. I refreshed my browser and it.
Oh yeah, here we go. The Titan look. Mm-hmm. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And yeah. Look at that beautiful stare by Brian Branch Price. Yeah. Other words. What you talking about? That's a nice one. We got a bid on it. Oh no. Oh, it's starting at 300.
Yes.
Well, I bet we'll take less. Certainly by the time we close at 3 p.m., we'll take less.
Several have already come off the board, Fred. Now these are the only no bids that you have left. Just these 8 right here.
All right. Well, I can't believe it. But it's good that the others have been. Somebody's going to want Purple Haze. I would think before the evening's over, before we get to 3 o'clock. It's just a beautiful image. A beautiful image. It's art at its best. Kind of in the style of Oliver Lee Jackson. If you all don't know that artist, he had a big show, National Gallery of Art. You see art inside of the art. You have to search for it, and quite a strong image. So is our NABJ president on this call? It's tradition for the NABJ newly reelected president to bid on something. I'm not sure she showed up last year. I guess she's here. I'd have to leave it to better, higher technical minds than mine to see if she's on, but she certainly should bid on something if she's president of the NABJ and a supporter of the NABJ Scholarship Fund, and especially a supporter of the Visual Task Force. We try to raise as much as we can. Maybe we ought to just keep that money for photographers and visual artists and graphic designers. What do you think? Don't want to get anybody into any trouble, but you are on the board now, Jared, and we all know it. And we appreciate it. We appreciate your service. Now let's direct that money where it belongs. So
This
now,
mic not getting cut off, Wes. I'm sorry, brother. It's gonna keep going.
Yeah, Dorothy, I think Dorothy beat Wes out for something else that was really nice a couple of years back. That beautiful image of the woman before the police officers in riot gear, totally unarmed. I'll never forget that. Wes, you should have gotten that. And now you can get what you want. So here we are. So are we doing okay? We're doing better? All right, Purple Haze got a bid. This is good. All right. So time now is 1:55 in the afternoon. Again, we got to speed it up a little bit. And I'm thinking it's time to think about, since Purple Haze now has a bid, it's time to talk about Mango. What do you think, Jared?
I would love that.
Also known as Mango Curtis. I should call her by her full name. She's Mango to us. And we're not talking about what I had for breakfast. We're talking about Mango, the great graphic designer who now lives in Jacksonville, Florida, my state, where we're journalists. We can't make any comments about anything political, so we won't. But we do have a governor who's a very interesting character. We've been covering him a lot. So that's that for that, as the late Leon Spinks might say in an interview. I turn it over to you, Jared.
Hey, I have nothing to say other than like this next person is a staple in our organization. One of our co-founders, Susan Mango Curtis. Anytime I call Mango, she answers. And we just all appreciate everything that you've done for us over the years. Get your tissues ready because this video is going to make you tear up just a little bit.
Let it rip.
The creative minds in the Visual Task Force were amazing. We had some of the best photographers in the world, and they were making changes all over the place. Like one of the biggest things that happened to me when I was in the Visual Task Force, I got to meet Gordon Parks, and he was my hero, my lifetime person I wanted to meet. It was like the bucket list thing, you know? I realized how important it was to have us in numbers, because Gordon said he had nobody, and we had all of us. One of the times I'll probably remember for the rest of my life is we were all going to a concert on the lawn. And it was funny because all the Visual Task Force was there and we were all carrying on and acting silly. And we started off there. And then we ended up back in the suite and we decided to have a 70s party almost, because it was all 70s music. And Brian Monroe, of course, was spinning the music. And we were just having a great time just talking and discussing things and laughing. And I think that those moments in the suite were moments where you really could just exhale. And you come to these meetings so that you can be with people like yourself. And you're comfortable discussing things that are going on and you get advice from them. And they become lifetime friends. These individuals then go on to become people that you might work with in the future, or might even promote you to or suggest you for a job in a position you never anticipated. We did things as a group. That's what I think set us apart. Everything we did together, and we supported each other. At this point going on, we have to think about the next generation and what the jobs will be in the future. The jobs that we had, they won't exist like they do right now. And we've seen the transition. But our students that are coming into the jobs now, they have to be more technically ready. They have to think outside of any kind of box you could imagine being inside of, all right? And they have to be international. They have to think of themselves as someone that's willing to go anywhere to cover the news and to go to any country. And to give them that opportunity, we as the Visual Task Force have to give them opportunities to do that. It means we may have to go into high schools. We may have to go into colleges to actually set up workshops and do things to change what is being taken away in these institutions right now. I want to thank the Visual Task Force for giving me a legacy award. I did not expect it whatsoever. It was an honor that hit me so hard that I started crying. I didn't think that it was possible. I accept this award because it's something that honors me and my family for the time we put in with the Visual Task Force. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan Mango Curtis.
Thank you.
That's, we thank you and your hubby. Where is he?
I don't know. He was in the room. He left. But I want
Well,
to tell you that it was a pleasure spending all those years. And I'm not gone completely. If you need me, I am here to support you and to help you and give you whatever I can to move forward. In fact, we should all be donating right now so we can help these students move forward. I want to thank Socrates, my husband, and my daughter Jasmine for all the years that they supported me and were there with the Visual Task Force. In fact, Jasmine grew up in the Visual Task Force, and she thinks that that's a place she's supposed to be, and she sees all of you as her relatives.
yes.
Thank you, guys.
No, we thank you for all of what you've done for us all along the way. We thank SOC for lending you to us, and we'll have that meeting at the beach in Jacksonville.
I know that's right.
We should all gather, and that's what we'll do. Thank you
Sounds
so much.
great. Thank you.
Thanks, Mango. We love you.
Love you too.
Muchly. Now, moving right along, there's somebody else worthy of the honor. Honor, this humble fellow we're about to look at a video on is my good brother. I met him years and years ago when I went on a search to meet every Black photographer at every daily newspaper. And there he was with Todd Duncan at Newsday. He'll remember that, but let's have a look at his life, Jared.
The landscape is incredibly different from where it was, for me, say in 1988 when I really made my big move from Pontiac, Michigan to New York City. There were media companies that were at that time more willing to support visual storytelling. Journalism was in a different place. Newspapers were still booming, and the internet had yet to be created, as a platform for storytelling. And so now, I like to think of the Visual Task Force as still a place where ideas are incubated and support takes place, and really encouraging a new echelon of storytellers and communicators to be more independent in terms of owning their own organizations and developing their own brand, but still being committed to excellence and ethics and integrity in their work. The Visual Task Force is really a family. As I have, 5 years ago, kind of stepped away from the craft and stopped attending the conventions, I really missed the camaraderie, the connectiveness with other leaders and practitioners of visual storytelling, and then seeing the fresh faces and young folk coming into the industry with their energy, their excitement. So I think back when I was a young photographer and how important NABJ was as a support network and really as another family experience. We're all kind of inextricably connected by our oneness in the suites, the gathering and critique sessions and encouragement and brainstorming sessions. the acceptance of this award is, it's right there at the top of, appreciation and humility. When we created the Visual Task Force, I never had a thought that, one day I would be the recipient of an award from the group that, I had the privilege of contributing to its foundation. And I think back, to Keith Hadley and Susan Mango Curtis and Brian Monroe, who's crossed over, and Michael Ducille, so many of the folks that were integrally involved in the creation of this. And I think they're all who are still with us, proud of the fact that we built something, we established something, we envisioned something, we created something that continues to continue to pour into and to be a guiding light and compass for journalists who are now competing in another world, but still committed to the values we established early on. So thank you.
Hey, man, we say thank you. Thank you, Rev. We're going to start calling you Rev all the time instead of Kenny. Rev.
Things do change as much as they stay the same. So.
And for the better.
Absolutely.
For the greater good, and your service in the community and young people is truly appreciated. Photographers appreciated. And I realize that I carry in my wallet a little bit of this guy, Brian Monroe.
Amen.
When he first ran for president, he put his picture out there with a copy of the First Amendment. And I keep it in my wallet all the time, not only to think about where we are in terms of press freedom, but Brian and you. So the ancestors, and sooner or later, as you and I know, we're in the fourth quarter. Certainly I'm in the fourth quarter. When I'm an ancestor, these folks like Jared will carry on for us, and you have taught us well, Rev.
Much appreciated. To God be the glory. I thank you all. This is an esteemed honor, a signal privilege. I think back on the shoulders that we're standing on. Fred, we can go back to Matt Lewis and Dave Lewis and John Hall. We could call the roll of the faithful who were the real pioneers into this.
Exactly right.
As Mango, spoke about, people like Hugh Granum, and I think about Gordon Parks all the times, and the privilege I had in New York meeting Brother Van Der Zee. Sure. And so the work that we were able to do it's a testament to the indomitable tenacity of the human spirit that we would always talk about in the suites and in Times Mirror media sessions. Fred, we going back.
All the way back, man. Don't go back too far, man.
Yeah,
Socrates is on the scene.
Yeah, Socrates is on the scene, yeah. And so on behalf of Karen and the K ladies now, Kimberly, Kenitra, Cara, and Kachira, who all, grew up within NABJ as part of its family. We appreciate you and can't overexpress the importance of you making an investment in the future by, participating in the auction, the raffle, whatever it takes. And whatever I can say, get vaccinated. It is so important for us.
Amen.
As a people.
Amen. I'm not about to say, because folks are bidding, if you're not vaccinated, get out of our auction. But
Fred, I was you and I would always kind of joke. He was like, "Reel me in, Kenny. I'm reeling you in. I'm reeling you in."
All right.
God
really
bless
appreciate you,
and
man.
hey, Socks, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing, Kenny? How is everybody?
Everybody's fine. What did you bid on?
Good.
Is that your bid on Mango's?
I bid on the Purple Haze, my own wife's product.
I'm glad you did. You better.
Boyzel's. I'd take it back. It was Boyzel's picture.
All
yeah.
right. Well, we want to keep it going, that's for sure, man. We need more. Why don't you bid on something else? Did Mango see a picture she liked? Buy it for her birthday.
You got that right.
All right, Stock.
I like Chester's book. I love Chester.
Well, everybody loves, well, Chester is well loved.
That's right. Chester's one of my favorite people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much love. I wanted to make sure to shout out Denise Keenan real quick and Octavio Jones for their hard work on putting those videos together. Reverend Irby, Mango, y'all know, y'all my heart, man. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for always being willing to show up and support all of us and as young leaders and continuing to inspire and encourage the next generation of storytellers, man. So we appreciate y'all so much.
Jared, you're amazing. Thank you.
Jared, let me just say I echo Mango's sentiments that while we might not be in major newsrooms today, we're still on the scene, and if we can help somebody as we walk along this way, then our living's not in vain. So keep us alive through your work and stay connected.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Kenny. It means a lot. Mango, you mean a lot. And for all those folks who are listening closely to what Reverend Irby said, there's always the Black Press. I'm toiling away at the St. Louis American, my favorite Black weekly. And there are other Black weeklies and community papers you could do a little work for. Lord knows some of them need it. So think about that on the heels of what Reverend Kenny Irby said. Thank you, Rev.
Thank you, Rev.
Peace be unto you all. God bless.
Peace be unto you. Now, I want to talk about just for a second, not only the bids on these photographs, but where this money is going. There's some folks, Alyssa Pointer, who's at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Ivy Sabalo, Landon Boast of the Naples Daily News. You know, come on, never mind Monica Herndon, who's the staff photographer at the Philadelphia Inky. So let's support this fund and let's keep these journalists coming so they can become the next great political writer like Gromer Jeffers, who ought to be bidding up on some of these photographs, or the next TV investigative journalist like our own Wes Lowry, who's about to bid up even higher so he can't be beat. Let's see. That's right. We said we weren't going to name names, but we may have to, because some of these bids, some are slightly anemic by our standards. Denzel's up to 5, where he belongs. I mean, we could just go down the list of Denzel, but you know, we could have a barbershop conversation about what was he best in. Was it Glory, or was it Training Day? As a villain, or as a spy? As a drug agent, or just Denzel. That picture, I don't know why I'm keep talking about it, because he's my favorite actor, probably not just after Samuel. Well, yeah, he had a Samuel L. Jackson and Morgan Freeman as actors go, anyway. So, what we got?
So these are the last remaining no bid items, and as opposed to previous years, you might have a little surprise coming up on the screen once we start opening up some of these photos to drive up some of these bids. But we'll see how we get there.
We'll be patient and hope for the best. That is what we have to do. So
go back down to the bottom and scroll back up, Fred, so we can get
just get a clear understanding of where we are. How are we doing on Color the Water and Mardi Gras Indians? Mardi Gras Indians is a steal, I think. Folks from New Orleans on this call? Nobody from the New Orleans chapter? I don't know.
Just a note about Gabriella. She's not only an NABJ baby, but has actually recently shot some big ads for Apple, which have gone on billboards across LA, which is kind of dope.
Really?
Yeah. So she's a former New York Times intern. Been doing her thing for a while. So I'm liking this. I might actually have to add BidSmart to my phone real quick.
I think I may have to add a little GiveSmart too, man. I don't know. So, we probably ought to talk to Monica and velvet. I know Monica's out there busy hustling up the raffle electronically because it's a wonderful chance to get some good stuff.
Oh, look who I found.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
And you
What
found
up,
Monica.
everyone? Yes, yes. Exciting times to see this auction this year. Everyone bidding out there and all of the chatting coming together. And thank you, NABJ, for posting that we're having this auction now. So I'm just very excited about it all. And I just want to thank everyone for being here. Look at these lovely pictures. This committee this year had a lot of hard work. You know, we spent our time throughout the year. We start in October, believe it or not, and we ask photographers to donate. And we just are so grateful for all of you who have donated to this year's auction. And for the 12 years that I've been working in some capacity with the auction, thank you for donating. And thank you to all of you who are out there who are giving of your monies. I say, I can't give you a drink ticket, but I can give you a smile. So please, please, please have some fun today and donate.
Well,
Look
Velvet,
at Chadwick right there.
You have a tough job cajoling photographers who are the worst procrastinators I've ever met in my life. Not only, you know, up until today. Oh man, is it too late? Yeah, Jack, it's today. You know, you have had, it's a tough job to get photographers who will promise you the world. Many of them, not all of them.
Yes.
Some are very prompt, some are very good, many are not, and they don't come through until the very last moment. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got a lot to do. A lot of news going on right now, but you are wonderful. You know I say that all the time. Well, look at that picture of Obama. Not to ignore you, but look at that beautiful image of Obama.
Yes.
Somebody needs to get on the case.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your colleague? Is she going to join us?
A little bit later, I jumped the gun on Velvet. I just because she was smiling, I just felt like her energy was great. So I was like, "Come on up here, Velvet."
Yes. You know, because I'm excited. It's a lot of hard work, and you know, I'm just so excited to see this day come together, and so appreciative to all of you who helped me, help me to help the task force to just grow. You know, I am just so impressed. Look at Jared. I remember we went out to dinner in Boston. I was like, Jared, we're gonna need you to help out with this task force. And you know,
she was like, "I'm gonna beat you if you don't."
And he stepped up. And he stepped up beautifully.
And look at that. You know,
NABJ Visual Task Force is a non-pledging, non-hazing organization.
Yes, and I can say I still remember the year when Mango told me in Vegas, "Oh, you're gonna be on the board." I was just sitting in the rooms, just enjoying myself. But you know, that's what we have to do. We have to prepare for the next generation. You know, for all the shoulders that we stand on, we need to, you know, prop up our shoulders so someone can come stand on ours. So we love doing this, and, you know, we want to make a difference. Yes. Okay.
We love you, Velvet. We'll see you in a minute.
Yes. All right.
Now, what's that on that back to the horse picture by Monica? Is that Idris on that horse? You saw that movie that I guess not. No, but
Cocaine Cowboys on Netflix. Oh, not Cocaine Cowboys. Cowboy. Oh, Jesus. Concrete Cowboy. It's that
Concrete Cowboy. Thank you very much. Yeah. In Philly. It's a nice picture. How often do you see black folks riding horses in the street anymore? Only in Philly, huh? So maybe Baltimore.
See some movement on Glow's gone up to 300. Mrs. King has gone up to 450. Cousins 650.
Right where it belongs.
Mm-hmm.
What's our top one so far?
Ooh, Monica, maybe you can hit me in the chat with the top bid on it so far. I think right now it's Cousins at 650.
Okay, Denzel next.
Denzel next at 5. Ballerinas down at the bottom, 5 on ballerinas. Really nice picture. I love that picture. I love this Lincoln Memorial photo too. That's here. Like the photographer had to like just capture this at the right moment when this person was the one in there.
That lone figure.
Love
Shades of Tiananmen Square, only in the water. Lone figure in front at a protest. It's quite nice. Yeah. So, what else do we have here? What Mardi Gras Indians get up to?
It's about 150 right now.
We're still at 150.
One bid at 150. Let me see if I can go to the most bids. Let's see where the most contentious bids. Ballerinas, 6 bids.
All right. Uh-oh. Billie Holiday.
5 bids on Paul Robeson with 3 watchers.
Okay, 3 watchers. They wait until the. What's our shutdown moment? Because it's like those silent auctions where you wait around until the last person, you stand by the book, and then 1 minute before it closes, you sign up. I know I've done that a few times myself.
Basketball, 5 bids up to 400. So our last final moment for the broadcast, us having a conversation, is 2:30. So we'll talk, but then we will continue bidding until 3 p.m. So we sign off in a couple of minutes, but our next bidding will actually close at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have until 3 p.m. to cast your bids.
Isn't that when we end our live show? Not so?
I thought we had an hour. So from 1:30 to 2:30.
We got an hour. I got nothing.
I can stay on. Hey, I can stay on, but I know we have a NABJ Visual Task Force meeting that we're all supposed to get to, so that we can introduce everybody that's joining to our.
I want to hear from my favorite. I got to have a favorite only because of her father, but I want to hear from Monica Herndon.
Absolutely.
Somebody is asking, how do we bid?
All right, so on the VTF page, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, if you go to the website vtfnabj.com, click in the top right-hand corner where it has 3 little lines, a drop-down menu, and you'll see photo auction. Hit on the photo auction tab. It will bring up this page, which is the home page for everything. Boom, photo auction. Right here at the very bottom, it's going to say register now. Register now. All right, you got 30 minutes to do this. It's an easy sign-up process, Ms. Payne. So definitely feel free to get on there. Here's the website, just in case you missed it. That's the actual direct link to these items into this page right here. So that's how you will get on. And then BidSmart will show you exactly how to get onto it and everything like that. So hopefully that helps.
And we thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for working to give us some money. We appreciate it so much. So where's old Monica? Where's Monica? My favorite staff photographer at the Philadelphia Inquirer.
There she go.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for joining us today. I'm so grateful for all of your support. Supporting our organization is huge. This is our main fundraiser of the year, and this is how we pay for our scholarships and pay for the programming that we provide to other Black journalists throughout the year. So I just wanted to take a minute to thank our sponsors. Sony and Think Tank were sponsors for us this year. And I also wanted to thank the photo editors at the Wire Services and other publications that provided us images, which includes Reuters, Associated Press, New York Times, and Boys L. Hosey at the Tampa Bay Times. I also want to take a moment to thank the VTF board, who has been spectacular this year. We really cannot do it without all of you. Our board helps us plan for the auction, helped us plan a video portfolio review this year, as well as a number of other programs. I also want to thank Mark Gale at the Washington Post, who pulled some beautiful images for us as well. We have a lot of hands. It takes a lot of hands to put this auction together. So thank you all so much for your help. I really, really appreciate it.
Right.
We appreciate you. That's right. We've got some beautiful Jahi Chikwindu photographs that how are they doing? We may have to check on them and their status.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this page. Bear with me 1 second. There we go. Okay, refreshed. Also, you see something that you like, but it's kind of gotten out of your price range. You can also donate to the Visual Task Force. All of your donations are 501c3 tax deductible eligible. So just keep that in mind. In previous years, people have had company match programs. That's most likely what I'm going to plan to do this year if I can't bid in time. And they'll match your donation dollar for dollar up to a certain amount. So
really,
just want to keep that in mind for folks who might have an employee. I know at Gannett we have an employee giving program that will match dollar for dollar. So you see something you like, definitely bid on it. But if you can't bid, buy a raffle ticket. Donate some funds to get a match by your company. So just keep that in mind. Chad, what's up too?
Matching money is great money, and if you've got the company that'll do it, Gannett was in dire straits there for a while. I didn't know they still had that matching going on. I guess they took the money that was going to the museum and put it in the matching fund. This is good news. That was a heartbreaker. I hated to lose the museum.
It was a beautiful facility.
Absolutely.
All right, Fred, we got 4 minutes. You gonna make your last final pushes, call some people out?
Oh, we got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes to go before we close up. Is that right? Oh, okay. Well, let's bid up. Oh man, it's time to call some names. I can't function without looking out to a live crowd, seeing the regulars and seeing the loyal supporters, seeing my friends, and being able to call on them like we're in church. Because you'd say, what was that? How much you put in there again? What? That's come on. We got to give to the some fund. But this is a worthy cause called the NABJ Scholarship Fund. We got to we got to help kids who can't We got to help students who can't make it. And we need to help them the best we can. I like that First Lady hat in the convertible. The way that's some serious art. Go back to that one. Where just before this image, yeah, there she is. Look at that hat. Man, who made that hat? We've got a shot by Jahi of hats, of a 100-year-old woman who makes hats. Can we zip to that one real quick? It's a really nice photograph. Let's enlarge it a little bit. There we are. This is a cool picture. Where are we on the bid on this? Where are we? Somebody tell me. Oh,
we're at 150.
Steal by Jahi Chikwindu.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we've been until 3 p.m. So even though we're gonna close off in like a minute or so, I'm gonna jump on the app and add some bids. So y'all better stick next to your phone. You get that outbid notification, it's probably me.
Hey,
or
good
Fred
idea.
Or Fred Sweets. Fred, I'll be your proxy. I'll get your number later.
All right. Okay. Well, then I'll tell you what I want. Let's and just let it out there so folks can say, "Uh-oh, here it comes." Now go back down. Let's see. Sunday Best is pretty cool, to tell you the truth. The one by Juiced. We're at 200 now. Be my proxy. Let's go 250 on that. Yeah, because that's really a nice picture.
Really, I'm gonna write these down as you say. I'm writing down.
Yeah, because I'm good for it. You get the points. I'll send you cash. I'll sell you up. Don't worry about a thing. Let's see here. We got some good ones. Where are we on Denzel? I don't know. That Denzel's growing on me. We're at 500.
Let me refresh.
Yeah, refresh. Let's see where we are.
Let me go back out to this view. There we go. Refresh. Denzel's still sitting strong at 5.
Stuck at 5.
There we go. Denise said, "Get off my print."
Well, I wonder. I gotta wonder. They're beautifully framed and they're nice and printed. And I don't know. We're still at 150 on Kamala.
Yeah, I think the request has been made to stay on for a little while longer. So we're gonna stay on for a little while. Try to get some of these bids up.
Yeah, because these are fully framed. The frame's going to cost you $7,500, so you're really just paying $50. Come on, we can do better than this. I know. I'm just looking at the images. We didn't move on Oprah and Maya either. I tell you, it's a little worrisome.
Let me go to that Oprah Maya and see if we can see the history.
Nope. There was only one bid anyway?
Yeah, just the one bid. Let me see.
Guess,
let me go to that one. Let me go to
that
one has a few, like I know.
Overexposed, literally and figuratively.
We were trying to see if it would show the history of the bids. It has not yet. That was our little surprise that we were going to throw out there, is show some of the history of the bids.
Well, as long as we're, a lot of folks have had it tough this year, and I know that. Not our normal crowd and not live, so we can't have as much fun. But we have to work with what we got, so we got to do it virtually. Hopefully we'll get back to live next year. And so that's the way it goes. I think that photographers ought to be bidding on some of these great photographs for sure, because they know how good they are. That's a steal right there too, for those trombonists and those who are into brass, who can play trumpet or the trombone or even the tuba. They need to be bidding on this trombonist. That's really a nice photograph. Let's see here. Well, I guess. What are we missing here? Is it us, Jared? I thought we knew photographs. Don't we know the good ones?
It's not. It's definitely not you, Fred. It's not you. It's me.
No, it's us.
It's me, brother.
It's us. Don't we know what we were looking at? That trombone one is a nice image. Yeah. Folks will go with the Denzel because of the popularity of the movie scene, and just because it's an interesting photograph too.
Yeah.
It's a it's a very strong image.
Another Jahi one here, the haircuts.
Yeah, Jahi. Don't you want to give a gift to your barber for $150? Just don't tip him the rest of the year and give him the picture. I think that's a good idea. Either that one or I don't know. That's kind of a fun image. And so how are we doing on cousins? The cousins are winning. The cousins are doing well.
650.
Okay.
11 bids currently. 650 on cousins.
Well, that's a popular one. Print is not dead. Somebody who works for an ad agency ought to just buy that, use it to push the Washington Post.
It's a great shot.
Because I think it's their Express edition, which I think they cut out, by the way. But that's a really, really, really nice photograph, I think. Yeah.
Can you read the caption on the American flag one down here?
Of course. Oh, it's a wrestler. Let me grab it real quick. Of course I can.
Actually, you know what? I have it here too.
No, I got it too, of course. It's the wrestler at the Olympics. And nobody. What about Simone Biles? Did anybody go for Simone Biles?
Not yet.
What about Chadwick on the movie front? We didn't even look at Chadwick Boseman.
Simone is at 150, I think, with one bid currently.
They got a nice photograph, that's for sure.
Said the greatest of all time right there.
Greatest of all time. the best athlete. Let me tell you, gymnastics is no joke. No joke.
Chadwick's up to 200. Two bids on Chadwick. Shout out to HU. HU! Somebody in the chat better say something back.
Yeah, Chadwick is a Howardite. Okay, so in the women's 68 kilogram gold medal match, that's Tamira Mariana Mensah Stock of the United States after she won gold. That's in freestyle wrestling. And by the way, speaking from experience, wrestling is no joke. Those are the gymnastics and wrestling take more out of you than any of the other athletic endeavors. I mean, you got to be in great shape to do either one of those. All right, so we want to make sure that trombone goes to somebody who appreciate good photography, and I think that may be happening. And I think we hopefully will have a moment. I'll never forget Paula Madison during the live auction. She just held her hand up, and then people were bidding on photographs. She just kept her hand up, and they kept bidding. She just stayed there until it was all over, and she got the image she wanted. So that could be happening with Cousins. It could be happening with Denzel. We just want to make sure that that we get all we can get to benefit these young students that we have. Where are we on Easter by one? Is that Chester's picture? Who made that Easter photograph? Yeah.
4 bids at 300.
Okay, Chester Higgins Jr. Yeah. But I got a Frizzy by Nature is my favorite. Where's that? Let's go back to Frizzy by Nature. How's it doing? The 3 girls with the 3 dolls. The preschoolers.
There we go.
Yeah, how are we doing on that? Oh, a mere 200. Oh, come on. That's every teacher on this call should be bidding for that photograph and put it up in their room. Put it up in their room, put it up in their office, put it up for inspiration to go and teach more. This is absolutely a beautiful photograph.
This was
only out there for 200.
This was
Demetrius Freeman of the New York Times, is that right? The Washington Post. What is it? Yeah.
This was a Pictures of the Year
New York
International winner a couple years ago.
Really? Okay. See, I'm out of the loop. Got POY. There's a reason for that. How we doing on Rosa Parks? Next to the bus by the great, late Bill Snead. All right, somebody will steal that. They're going to steal it. The heroine of the movement. Yes. Okay. So, it's okay for us to run over and beg people some more, right? Shake the tin cup.
Of course.
Okay. We need more dough. Doesn't anybody love the Edmund Pettus Bridge? Chadwick, some folks from Howard who want Chadwick Boseman? Come on. Got to be happening. That's another steal. That's a beautiful photograph too.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful color.
Remember, when we end here, you can still bid until 3 p.m. Eastern. It's for the babies, man. It's for the kids. Support the kids.
Right. The kids who will replace us in the future and continue in great tradition of solid investigative pieces, solid writing. But you all know you have to start somewhere. And you got to have folks who will help you. And that's what the Visual Task Force is all about. You've seen the evidence, and you're seeing it now. Good images. You've got to raise some dough.
What's with the Randy Watson?
Yeah. There's a songwriter on right now. I believe The Children of the Future. It seems like it's in song somewhere. Before the great Wes Lowery wrote it. Was it Stevie? Let's see. Was it Mayfield? Who did that? I believe the children of the future. Who did that? Who did that? Come on, Jared. Who? Was it Stevie? Wasn't Stevie?
That's the late great Randy Watson is what I was saying on the chat.
Do you mean Randy Weston?
It's Whitney. It's Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. Oh, that's right. Of course it is. What's wrong with me? guess I'm more jazz than pop. So, not that that's pop, but I guess it is. Wedding day, well,
You
that
do
may
not.
be what?
For those who are looking to buy a raffle ticket, there was a question asked in the chat. You do not have to be present to win the raffle. We're going to announce the raffle during our Visual Task Force board meeting. Right after we end this broadcast, we'll jump into the Zoom call. So I think Monica or Denise maybe have a link that they can put on the screen, and that will give you the login information, or actually send the link to the invite right from the Facebook page or Evite or whatever we use. And then a little bit of trivia from Mike Woolfolk. He says the first person actually seen that song was George Benson.
There it is. There it is. A serious guitarist. Now, a lot of our friends play the lottery every day. They don't want to buy some raffle tickets. They spend that in a month. Come on. You're playing the lottery, Powerball, Mega Millions, Lotto in your state. Go ahead and break down and support the NABJ Scholarship Fund. We'd really appreciate it. I know I'm begging, but I ain't too proud to beg. Sweet darling. We could go name that tune all night long. Who wrote it?
There we go.
Yeah. That's one only the old hats will know too, Ain't too proud to beg. Temptations. Okay, here we are. I'm surprised at Oprah and Maya, because see, if you get it, it's your print and your frame. You could always crop it and have a really nice picture in a smaller frame, and be very happy with Oprah and Maya. Two great women. So, but it's not a lot of movement. I guess folks are just hanging on, waiting for 3 o'clock.
They're waiting for 3 o'clock now.
Waiting for the 3 o'clock close. Maybe we'll have a run on, and I hope so. We can only hope. Ballerinas, we're still at 5, huh? Stuck at 5?
At 5.
Okay. And stuck at 5. Okay. What about Denzel? We're stuck at 5?
Let me refresh one more again. Denzel is at 5.
Stuck at 5. Okay.
All right, 15 minutes before polls close. I think we'll have a lot more movement in between that time. So I'm not worried, Fred. I think we're gonna do some movement on these bids.
I'm always worried. I'm always worried. I always want more. I want more. You're young and optimistic.
I am.
I'm realistic. These folks, they need to be jumping on this.
What's gonna happen is somebody gonna get a text notification and be in the bathroom, or be trying to go to the close the ceremony and gonna be like, I got to bid real quick, which is dope because Give Smart lets you bid via your phone, which is kind of cool. But
I almost want to bring Monica back.
Where you at, Monica?
To remind folks that the raffle scene is real, but may not be announced. I think it's computer generated. A robot will go into a basket and pull a number, and that's how they're going to win. Was there anything else Monica wanted to tell us? Can't remember. Monica left us?
She's not on yet. Yeah, she might be on the phone, I think.
She's
putting in
beautiful apartment.
Last minute bids.
Yeah, she could be drumming up. Now, what about the Sacred Now book? That raffle, how are we doing on raffle sales?
You know what? It doesn't show me in here. It just shows me the watchers.
Okay.
Let's see if Monica or Velvet. Velvet, do you have that information in front of you, Velvet?
We got enough raffle participants?
Raffle tickets $5. This book is actually not released yet, correct? This is a forthcoming book that will be signed and sent.
It's out this month.
The winner.
Isn't it out this month?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we're getting ready to wrap up. Getting ready to wrap up. All right, okay.
Oh, this fall. Okay.
Releases this fall. $10 tickets. Awesome.
$10 tickets. $10. Come on. You can do it.
Monica's
we need your dough. We need every dollar we can get. Without going live, we can't push these images, and you can't see them as well as you can on screen. But we got some nice pictures here, and we need your participation. We want to thank Sony, before we go too far, for sponsoring us, and Think Tank.
Yes.
For sponsoring, helping us do what we do, and caring about our students and our drive and our effort. This is what in Lance, we could not have had this show we're having without Lance Washington, WVUE. He is the director of photography, and he makes all of this happen. For those of you waiting patiently to bid, I want you to know who's who and what's what. Can't say enough about Jared, can't say enough about Monica, and certainly can't say enough about the wonderful, wonderful supermom, Velvet McNeil, mother of Zori.
Hey, Zori!
Zori's not thinking about us. Or as we used to say in my neighborhood, she ain't studying us. So that's where we are on that.
Awesome. Yeah, big up to Lance, man. And then Fred, Monica, Velvet, I can't tell you how much work goes into getting this again. Like, shout out to y'all for doing it. This is Velvet's 14th year, 15th year. I want to give you all the years that you deserve. 12th year? Now I'm guessing. Put it in the chat.
12 years it is.
This is Velvet's 12th year, y'all. So shout out to Velvet. Thank you so much for all the work that you have put in over a decade of just doing this. And, we really appreciate you. And Mr. Fred Sweets, sir, every year you bring the fire, you bring the energy, and we just appreciate you as serving as our auctioneer. Over now, after this year will be 30. This is our 30th year anniversary. 30 years of doing this work, and we cannot tell you how much we appreciate you and all the money that you have helped us raise over the years, and so and supporting young journalists. So thank you so much for everything that you do.
You all are much more than welcome. I would do it. I mean, I enjoy doing it, obviously. I have a lot of fun with it. And we can always rib our friends live. We can't do as well virtually. I can't jump up and down and holler at some folks in the audience and catch them before they leave the room. But it's been a joy and a pleasure to do it. And knowing that it goes to a good cause, people like you, people like Monica, people who have come through the program mean an awful lot to me. I feel comfortable knowing that you all are in the driver's seat and will take over where Monica's father and I left off. I remember when I first went to work as the first Black photographer at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, I set out to meet every Black photographer at every major daily, starting with Don Hogan Charles at the New York Times. He was there first, and there were only about 7. And the funny names, you'd go to Chicago, and the first 2 Black photographers, one was named Bob Black, he is Black. The other one was named John White, who was also Black. But, you could count them all using both hands across the 50 states. And Ellsworth Davis was actually the very first Black photographer I met after I was hired at the Post-Dispatch. He was the first Black photographer at the Washington Post. And what a crew we had of Black folks. Craig Herndon, my main man, Monica's father. Then along came Dudley. Milbert Orlando Brown stopped by for an internship. We just had a great life. Front row seat to history, and the photographers you meet along the way are just fantastic across this country. And thank you, Jared, for stepping up, stepping in.
Thank you.
And that's all I got to say.
Just want to drop this last note in here. The items with no bids have now been fire sale to 125. And so again, support VTF Scholarship Fund. So these images are now down from 150, or what the original bids were, down to 125. The frame itself is $100. So support our students, our lovely students, and just FYI. So there's only 4 of those left. Only 4 items with no bids left. Everything else has been bidded on. Some of these prices are still going up. So just throwing it out.
How many minutes?
We have exactly 9 minutes left on bids. 9 minutes left on bids. So we're signing off. But continue to bid, continue to drop those bids in, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Jared. Thank you, Lance. Thanks, Jared. Thank Velvet. Thanks to Velvet and Monica and Denise and anybody who had any hand in any of this. I thank you. Thank you.
All right. Free shipping, Velvet says. Free shipping and on
free shipping.
Donations.
Feel free to press the donate button.
You can do that on your donation. Thank you, Velvet.
And congrats again to our own Susan Mango Curtis and our own Rev Kenny Irby. Congrats, congrats, congrats.